Okay, so here we see the players lining up for the different teams. Knäckebröd going with Raven again, Hellfish, Failware, Crux, Bratty, Xanaleon, and Tarantula.
It's actually Tarantula now in the T54 lightweight. Seems like a fairly similar start here. Zed is going to just go scout through the middle. Nobody can really shoot him unless they are very quick reaction. T62A here, but look at the Legend. They're already lining up for an A-line push here.
Okay, so Xanaleon gets the first shot across there into Zet, taking a damaging shot as he drives across the middle here. I noticed that Legend not using Dima again, so they've rotated him out of the squadron. Maybe get a bit better playstyle from him. No offense to Dima, but sometimes he was getting caught out really in a lot of positions he shouldn't get caught out.
This is great so far. Zed there is pretty much sacrificing himself to kill Xanaleon. Davidov takes a lot to cross though, but look at Xanaleon, the T62A, who's meant to hold the Nord. He's almost dead.
Xanaleon just about to go down. Ipurish is going to try and get shots into him. Can he get the second one and take him down? He can, so first blood going to Legend there as Xanaleon gets dropped for his team, but nobody else in his team is really taking damage. Only Tarantula taking a shot there in the T54 lightweight. Whilst on Legend we have El Nino taking a shot. Zed taking another one here.
How did Zed get out of here? How is Zed still alive?
Zed ducking and diving like a dodgeball player here as he manages to get out of those shots here. Failware taking shots, he pokes his head around the corner for 698, so that's quite a big hit coming in. Bit of a trade on the corner here. This is going to be quite scrappy as they're coming in to stop the cap reset. 23-22 mid-seconds. They need to get a shot on somebody else. Kill's still getting absolutely demolished at the back there as he pokes his head around in the grill. Raven drops Ipurish, so this is coming back into Knäckebröd's favour, but still quite a scrappy fight here in the corner, Daki.
Ipurish should really not have gone down there. The tier 9 Batchat could do a lot, but look at these FV215Bs. Look how much HP they dropped. The HP was completely with KB in the beginning. Now it's actually in favor of Legend. It's depending if Gil still can do a few more shells though in his griller.
So is this looking like the usual performance from Legend where they win the first couple of matches then go and tilt afterwards? It was about to say Knäckebröd have all the health left in their AMX 50Bs, but then Bratty's getting dropped right now. He's only one more shot and he's dead. Actually, Al Nashal kills Raving, in return Crux kills Zet, so it's a trade for trade almost instantly with each other. Bratty now gets the kill on Davidov, slowly coming back into Knäckebröd's favour, but Legend still have the HP advantage now as they kill another tank. Tarantula's now dropped. This is looking like Legend are going to take the first map, Daki.
Yeah, in the meantime, Ebeb is chasing down Crux, who's on reload. You can see that in the top part of your screen. And Hellfish here in the FE215B, he can do a lot DPM, but not against 2113s. El Nino should be the one to pick it up, and now with 250Bs left and 4 guys from Legend, they're doing it again.
Legend coming out strong here, not to be underestimated in the battles. This is exactly what Legend did yesterday. They won their first 2 matches and then they got beat in straight matches after that by Swift. I think only picking up one more on Runeberg actually. So Legend surprising everyone again and showing people like you just can't discount them. You can't go into Legend thinking it's going to be an easy win. They're going to put up a fight. They are not going to take this league lying down, and although they're in last position, they're saying, look guys, you're not going to get easy matches against us. If you want those points, you're going to have to fight for them.
Bad reactions there from KB. Is Zed surviving? I mean, Crook should have gone all in on Zed almost instantly, realizing is there. Zed got out, got another clip out, or at least half of clip, which should never happen for a Batchat that his only job is to clip Xanaleon, which he did. After that, Ipurash kind of dying there was also not the greatest, but you see the issue for KB, right? They have 3 FE215Bs on that corner, and they have nobody controlling the A7 position. Only later, Bratty came in, but you kind of need something heavier there. That's why we see teams pick, for example, an IS4 there, something that can withstand, and then you can counter push again. The issue was these tier 9 Batches got to clip onto the side of the FE215B, the Gorilla got a nice shot as well, and then the 113s just finished all 3 of them off. It's not an ideal position for KB.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to have a look at the damage statistics, but we're not going to jump straight into that yet as we just talk about the players. Now, are we going to see Zet top damage?
Not sure, perhaps, but one of the 113s, I think, actually.
Okay, so let's have a look and see if Zet was top damage or not. I had it spoiled to me by a voice in my ear from the production team.
Actually,
thank you very much. Ebeb coming out strong for his team. T62A, 4,200 damage. That is awesome.
That is really great on Runeberg in a T62A, 4.2k damage. That's insane. I mean, he did get to kill Tarantula, he did get to kill Crooks, who was on reload, but still 4.2k damage. Great performance from him.
Was he down in the
He
town?
was in the middle. He was in
Getting
the
shots
middle
across
road.
back, so okay, who's getting lots of shots in the rear, so that's really good for him. Yeah, bottom three players there, Tarantula, Zaneleon,
I don't know how Bratty does
Bratty.
504 damage in this one. First off, if he stays where he is, he needs to land at least 2-3 shells on them crossing the A line.
Yep.
And then he counter pushes the A line later and does another few shells. That is not great from an AMX50B.
Yeah, you're taking these 50Bs as primarily damage dealer. You want them to get at least a clip off, if not, they get a second clip off, which is really powerful.
Yeah, 100% he needs to hit at least 2 or 3 shots on that A-line crossing. If Sanok spots correctly, he gets at least 2 shots. Then he reloads, and then he either goes to A0, clips the 113s, or he counter pushes the A-line, kills the Tier 9 Batshot, kills the Gorilla. Afterwards, he clips the 113s as well, but the amount of damage he did, no, that's not enough.
Yeah, so in a way it's a surprising victory for Legend, but in a way it's not a surprising victory
I mean, it's
for Legend.
Runeberg attack.
Yeah, it's Legend's first match of the day, so this is what they usually always do.
They'll pick up the next round and then...
Yeah, then it tilts. So it always goes in their favour, and like, hey guys, are like, we could win this. And then it goes against them. So let's have a look at the lineups for round 2 here on Runeberg. Now, Knäckebröd going super heavy here with the MX-50Bs.
Okay, I mean, 5 AMX-50Bs, I'm not a fan. Personally, it's very big. It's very, you know, it can take a lot of damage driving to the position. I guess the thing they're going to do with this is when we saw 5113s, for example, do it, is come through the south, push up to the little city, remove tanks, try and stay alive, and then use the clipper, the burst potential we talked about.
It's not really a tank you want to be shooting HE in, is it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we talked about this the other time, if you remember, where if you have 1 gun extra when you're a full autoloader lineup, it's not just 1 gun, it's 4 extra shells over single shooters.
So the funny thing is we keep talking about Runeberg being a defense-heavy map, but a lot of teams now are starting to work things out, and it seems to be the attacking teams keep winning. So let's go into round 2 on Runeberg. Can Knäckebröd take a match back, or are Legend going to go 2-0 up? Well, I think Legend might go 2-0 up because, well, I want to, but it keeps going to attackers Runeberg all the time. We keep seeing attackers winning and not defenders winning.
Well, before this, the defense won 44% on the Runeberg, which has now dropped even further, seeing as Legend picked up the last round, which is very surprising. But here, I talked to you before this match, if you remember. What I said is these 50Bs, they're going to push to the little city altogether, and they can use the Tier 9 Batshots in support. Those Tier 9 Batshots can go 0 line, for example, while the 50Bs push up.
Okay, so they're coming down south on the map, staying in a big group here. Fairware and Tarantula going a bit further south, and the Batchats are going to try and get spots on through the 0 line, and Ebeb's probably going to have a bad day if they continue to pop up, but Ebeb looks like he's going to turn around. They're spotted each other. Is Ebeb going to keep going down there? I think he's going to be safe with the crossfire, but he could be deleted, so... Tarantula actually taking a shot there from somebody as he tries to peek over into bush. They're going to be perma-spotted by Ebeb, so Tarantula could have a really bad day. But no, the AMX-50B is pushing right into the middle, Daki. They're going for it straight away. Hellfish taking lots of damage. Bratty taking lots of damage now. Raven taking lots of damage. Crux taking lots of damage. Being caught in a crossfire from Ipurus.
They're missing too many shells at this point. Look, all these 50Bs, they're trying to clip Iporaj, but so far he's not even dead yet. They're going to be, half of them going to be out of ammo.
So they finally kill Iporush, but at what cost does he lose Bratty? That's Zet getting the kill in here. Now they can turn and focus on the Knäckebröd autoloaders. All of them are loading. Zaneleon's loading, Raven's loading, Hellfish is loading. These guys can't return fire. If Legend push in here, they can delete more AMX 50Bs. They just need to focus their fire. Hellfish is the first one reload. He's got 4 shots. Raven halfway reload. Zaneleon still reloading. They've taken out Crux. Failware takes out Ebeb in return.
They've lost too much HP for this though. Look at the 50Bs.
Hellfish now drops.
They just lost too much HP for it, trying to clip Iporaj, who they didn't kill. They missed like 6 shots on him. Now the entirety of Legend is pushing their advantage. They know the 50Bs are off reload, but they don't have the HP to withstand them.
It's like 2 hands of Legend just squeezing on the neck of Knäckebröd as they're going down here. It's a vice grip. There's only got Tarantula and Fairware left, and the Batchats down the bottom of the map. Very, very crazy move really from Knäckebröd. If they needed to push in with these 50Bs, they needed to make their shots count. But as you were saying, Daki, so many shots were missed, so the AMX 50Bs came up here unloaded, and they had no kills in return for it. That was not how you want to play a tactic like that.
No, losing that much HP, losing that much shells, it's all about clipping 1 or 2 guys and getting out as El Nino closes it out. But as I was saying, you know, these 50Bs, you cannot be wasting as many shells as they did. The goal is, for this entire tactic, is to take 2 guys out, in reality 3 if they can, to have the overmatch in guns, so they can push themselves ahead by clipping against single shooters. Now, Iporaj going down 0 line was great, was well done. They missed a lot of shells on him, they killed him in the end, but it wasn't worth it anymore at that point. They lost Brati, I think it was, for that. They lost half HP on the other half of the tanks.
Yeah.
And like we saw, they killed Iporaj. The T-54 was still being annoying from the side. And at the same time, the entirety from Legend realized that this was the moment to push forwards, just to wipe KB out.
So they came in with the autoloaders and just did all the shooting, and you basically had Legend
There's a lot of shooting, not a lot of hitting.
Legend were like, I'm
Yeah.
okay. You okay? Are you okay? Okay, let's go. And like they missed completely. Just have a look and see where the damage dealers came from there on Legend. Did Zet get top again? No, he didn't. Be second top.
They're
Zet-
actually together on top.
Look at that.
3,316.
Wow,
That's
same
the
damage.
second time in 2 days.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's the second time in 2 days that we see somebody on the same damage.
yeah.
You just have to imagine mathematically what
How
the
crazy
odds
that
are
is,
of
yeah.
this.
For the damage taken, for the difference in rolls and stuff, and armor penetration. So 4 players from Legend there, top damage dealer. Now they were going up against a team that were consisted fully of autoloaders on Knäckebröd. Really, Knäckebröd essentially drove in and fed Legend with the tactics. They drove into the middle. The shot calling, whatever it was, whether it was the shot calling or target calling, just fell to pieces. And I mean, you
This
can
is
see
the
there,
issue.
Knäckebröd and Hellfish there at the bottom, 0 damage and
The
392.
350Bs, of which 350Bs, of which one does 2 shots, one does 1 shot. Basically, 150B did anything. Crooks,
Yeah.
it's just waste of shells, complete waste of shells.
You had 2 guys in Legend doing individually each more damage than 350Bs of...
It's not what you pick 50Bs
Knäckebröd.
for. But you also have to imagine if I can read the tactic as soon as I see the lineup, these teams are supposed to be able to do exactly the same thing. If I can see it, they should be able to do it as well.
But you're a better player than those guys,
I
Daki.
mean, that's true, but, you know, maybe one of them has the same mind, the brain power.
That would be a terrifying mind, using Daki's
Oh, you
mind.
completely missed that one.
I did get it, I just chose to ignore it, as you like to say all the time, yep. Because I'm excited for Legend here, Daki.
Well, I mean,
the adrenaline is pumping.
They've won the first 2 rounds, now the generator needs to keep running.
Can they do it? Can they do it? Can Legend continue these wins? Can they keep taking games off Knäckebröd? And is Knäckebröd going to stay in 11th place here? Knäckebröd are desperate for these points. Knäckebröd sitting on 7 points.
Okay, but
out of range, rage quit.
Let's talk about the next map. It's not looking good for Legend, if anything. I mean, Legend have a clean sheet on this one.
Okay.
Flawless. They haven't won a single round so far on Cliff.
So we're going into Cliff. Let's have a look at the lineups for the teams. Now, autoloaders everywhere, as we always expect on Cliff. Slight difference. I know you're not happy with the RU251 pick.
Nope. I dislike it strongly,
And
even on attack.
as I understand, what you prefer is what Legend's got. You prefer
Yes.
that as being a pretty much perfect pick. Although maybe if they have somebody like Diplomat, then you
Yeah.
can have artillery.
Only if
you
they have Diplomat.
you give Diplomat whatever he wants to play.
But both these teams have horrible track records on Cliff. So Legend has a clean sheet. They played it 5 times. They haven't won it a single time so far.
Okay.
KB's played it 7 times. And so far, they've only won twice on the attack. They have 0% on the defense.
Okay, so this could be anybody's game here.
Pretty much. I mean, Legend, if momentum is definitely with them, KB, they have to recover here.
Okay, so the thing is there's no unusual tactics here. So this is what usually Legend are good at, is countering something that's a bit of a surprise for them. So, map number 2 here with Knäckebröd Legend on Cliff. Can Legend take it 3-2, or will Knäckebröd take a game back to 2-1? Let's find out.
Cliff, the most dynamic map in the league. Battles on Cliff always turn into desperate double-edged fights. Teams start from the same spots as they do in standard battles. The first base is located near the defender's spawn point, and the second is at the bottom of the hill. Sometimes teams split their forces and send several tanks through the 1-2 line to the left of the small hill, but usually both teams play at the center. The attacking team can send one of the tanks up to the lighthouse or behind it. Fast and quick-firing vehicles are better suited for this map, mainly medium tanks, including tanks equipped with autoloaders.
Okay, so here we go on Cliff. Me and Daki just having a little discussion there as the map video was playing out. Do you think Daki Cliff would actually be a bit more engaging if it was completely symmetrical for north and south spawns?
Perhaps. I mean, the ramp area favors the north, but look at this already. Look at 6 tanks from KB in the 1-2 line.
We are going to get a fight down here on the 1-2 line. Who's going to come out on top? Can Legend get their guns to bear as the fight starts. As you can see, all of Knäckebröd getting spot here in the crossfire. Eporus getting shots in. Bratty deciding to stop his shots. Eporus is getting focus fire in return. Shots missing him. He's down to half health. Only 2 shots went into Knäckebröd. Overlap coming here from the top from Legend as he kind of squeeze close into Knäckebröd. Raven getting absolutely decimated there. He has a dead driver and less than half health in the TVP. That's not going to be good for his maneuverability. Tarantula's got himself up into space. He needs to be there, but Knäckebröd trying to make a push here and kind of getting caught and now pinned into this area.
I mean, the fight really, it slowed down a lot now. Raven got destroyed by Ebeb in the batchat. It all is going to depend on who can... Oh, Tarantula! That was not that great.
Why would
Takes
you
even more. He thinks he was despotted, but he wasn't. So it takes a lot of damage there. Now, what is important if Sana can win the fight against Davidov? They don't know exactly how many tanks from Legend are going to be on that downside. But if Xana can control that hill, it'd be great for KB.
See, Iporus having to rotate back a little bit here as Ali's coming around to rotate with him. Zet has got up the hill. It's like Ali's going to come up the hill behind him into that same area. Ali's just reloading. He's just about to come off the reload. Kill's still there with 3 shells still in his magazine. Failware has 4. Bratty has 4. Crux full clip on 5. El Nino full clip on 5. Davidoff and Zanaleon up on the hill could be really important here, but the health pool is really important, as Daki's just pointing out to me. We have Knäckebröd down 7-8, 7-4 against Legends 10,000. And
what did Failware just do? Why? Why? He knows there's 3 tanks there from Legend and he decides to go somewhere where they can all shoot him?
He just watched his teammate Tarantula getting shot and he moves up to the similar position where the angles are pretty much the same for him to get shot. So, first blood going to Legend there as Knäckebröd are just simply driving into their guns right now. This is definitely not what we'd expect from Knäckebröd. This is a team who should know better.
That was a beginner's mistake from Failware. I mean, it's not like Legend didn't show those positions because they shot from him.
Maybe he tapped R by accident and went all forward or something.
I've seen you do that.
I do it all the time. It's like when I start the battle and can't see anything and all you see in chat is www. Okay, so Zanaleon up here on top of the hill. Davidoff just playing peekaboo with him just to keep him spotted so the rest of his team know where he is. Raven rotating back here. You can see him not going super fast with that dead driver. He does have jack of all trade skills for his tank crew, but it's they still have a penalty, don't they, Daki?
Yeah, he does have a small penalty. Jack of all trades doesn't fully cover it, so he's going to be slower. But Ipurash here going to A5, and if KB does decide to go for the hill like they are right now, could work out actually.
This could be a nice bit of crossfire here. He does have a full clip to be able to get into somebody. It's like Bratty and Crux are going to come up the back road here. Kaizu's favourite area, but we're not allowed to talk about that because he doesn't like being reminded of it, even though 4 players did it yesterday, no problem. So
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So let's have a look and see if Crux can do it. It's a bit of a difficult climb. It's not one... looking at it, you think, okay, it seems a bit easy, but it is very easy just to slide down on this bit. And Crux has not made it. He knows he's not made it.
The entire... There's like 3 ways to do it. It's not that hard, but... Look at the rotation. Look at the rotation from Legend.
Legend coming round. It looks like they're going to try and get a jump onto Tarantula, who's backing off the hill. Raven just shot and is reloading there, so Raven's down a shell. He doesn't have a full clip. Now, Legend have to be careful when they peek that they don't get caught in crossfires. Bratty's the one they're going to get focused on. They can see Bratty. Can they eliminate him? They do. So, Legend getting another kill. Shots coming back in turn to Legend, but Knäckebröd's health is falling like dominoes. Alan Shaw gets a kill onto Hellfish. 4,000 on Knäckebröd, 8,000 on Legend.
KB is completely falling to pieces at this point. I mean, they have 4 guns left. Legend looking very strong in this one, if you can say. The rotations were on point. Raven in a TVP, he only has 2 more shells left. He can do some damage, but still Legend full control here. They're not standing still, they're rotating, they're taking the advantage on every side of the map.
So the only covering fire Raven really has here is Tarantula. He's going to get taken out quickly by Killstill as they now turn and focus on Raven, who's on a reload. Ebeb's going to see he's not shooting back at me, so he knows he's reloading. His teammate's going to come in and help him. Ebeb, though, takes it on his own. Raven's now dropped. Knäckebröd only with 2 players left. This looks like the first time in Gold Series history on this season that Legend are going to have 3-0.
Legend are going to 7-0 KB at this rate. They're going to 7-0 them.
This is pretty much unbelievable right now. This is not what people would have expected, especially for Legend to have all their tanks if El Nino can survive. El Nino, go and hide somewhere. Legend, let's have you finish with 7 tanks alive. And he is. He's always behind Iporish. El Nino, if Zanaleon's going to get a shot into somebody, he's going to try and go for you, mate. Is he not? He's still going to shoot Iporish. He doesn't see El Nino coming in behind him. Iporish gets the shot, and Legend winning their third battle in a row and winning it with 7
What's
tanks still
happening?
alive.
What's happening? Legend, they had 0% win rate from Cliff. Well, now they don't anymore.
Now they don't. Now they have a little bit on the board, some pride on the
That
board.
was terrible from KB. I mean, I
K-
don't want to like be super negative about KB,
Yeah,
but
we have to be realistic
I-
about KB.
I
There was
like,
some
I try
really
not,
bad.
Yeah, exactly. I try not to be negative.
Yeah.
I try the positives as well from Legend, but
Happy
there's,
Daki.
there's a lot of negatives here from KB, but there was a lot of positives from Legend. So the negatives from KB was definitely Tarantula, Failware.
Failware was the one who, after Tarantula got shot, Failware's like, I'll check.
Even Raven. The great things from Legend was Ebeb from one line destroyed Raven. Then the bad shots that killed Failware. When they pushed 1-2 line, they got out Brati there as well, Hellfish and TVP. So great rotation from Legend, to be fair. They saw them leave, they rotated 1-2, and they just took the overmatch.
So we were saying it yesterday, we were having a little laugh and joke about, is this going to be the day? And you were like, no. So, is this going to be the today for
Perhaps.
Legend? Perhaps. We'll be optimistic, cautiously optimistic. So, let's have a look at the damage done there. Who came top on Legend? Oh, Xander Leon up on the hill doing what he could for Knäckebröd, but the next 5 players all there from Legend.
Killsteel, El Nino, Zen, Ebeb, Iporash. Not bad. I mean, we talked about the split. They're going to be very happy they control places 2 to 6 with 5 players.
It looks like if Legend just want to do a bit better, they just remove Iporush from having the... He's always on the scout all the time.
Not lately anymore. It's always been other people. Iporash
Yeah.
started playing a lot of tier 10s.
So if he's not playing the scout, they're doing a lot better
But,
here.
I mean,
Poor-
Brati, Hellfish, Failware, Crooks. I mean, Tarantula outdamaged 4 tier 10s on his team.
That's,
4 of them.
and he's a tier 8. Tier
And
8
you're playing a bad shot and you connect 2 shells or 1 shell or TVP with 0 shells. It's just not good. It's really KB kind
Right.
of underestimating Legend, I'd say.
Right now, if you came in to watch this for the first time, so we
You
have...
think Legend be like place number 3 or something?
We have 12 teams in the league right now, and after the split, each team plays each other once, and then the bottom 4 teams are gone. We move into an 8-team league. Now, Legend are currently sitting 12th. They have 1 point, which they got from a tiebreaker. So if it goes into tiebreaker, the losers get 1 point, the winners get 2 points. And a tiebreaker happens when it goes 4-4, because it's 9 games, it's best of 9, whoever gets to 5 first. Now, Legend, as I said, currently sitting 12th
If they
with
started
1
playing
point.
like this in the beginning of
Yeah.
the season, they
Knäckebröd-
wouldn't beat number 12.
Knäckebröd, above them in the 11th, have 7 points. So Legend, there's a huge difference in everybody right now. Legend have been a bit of the whipping boys of the league right now. They've always been losing matches, and they've been losing matches like 5-1, 5-2, 5-1, 5-0.
KB must be underestimating Legend, though. I mean, there's no way that they came into this match thinking, it's Legend, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, let's relax. And now they're paying for this
Yeah,
now.
I mean, yesterday it was they got beat 5-3. They took Rusty Roster, the match they played previously, to, like I say, tiebreaker. It was Rusty Roster winning that one 5-4. So
If KB wants to win this, they need to win this round, and they need to win the next map. Because I don't see them winning 2 rounds on our final map.
if what I'm really just thinking about now, Legend could go 4-0 up, and they could get reverse sweeped.
You jinxed it.
Could be, but let's have a look at the lineups for round 2 here on Cliff and see if Legend have anything new or if Knäckebröd have anything new.
I don't like that T49. I really don't.
Legend, though, taking a 1-1-3. How's that going to be used, Ake?
Could go 1-2 line. He could also try to get in the middle at one point. He can play on the corner there. I'd say the most common use for him will be in 1-2 because we talked about it. The defenders have that ramp area they can play from, and it's hard for the 1-1-3 to look at all areas. Plus, he can't point his front to just one area because he can get shot from multiple angles.
Okay, so not a fan of the T49 for this map then, no?
No, I feel that T49 is such a hit or miss tank, and KB really, you know, in this situation, I really wouldn't. T49, I prefer tier 9 bad shots.
Tier 9 bat chats. Okay, so just remove one of the tier 10 bat chats and take 2 tier 9s.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go for round 2 on Cliff. Knäckebröd versus Legend. Are Legend going to steal it out to 4-0, or are Knäckebröd going to take a a battle back here and make it 3-1? I can't predict it, Dickie.
So Legend deciding Zed is going to be playing that 1-1-3. He'll probably go to that E5 position on the corner there, sending 2 tanks into the 1-2 line. And from KB, it's a common split here. They're going to do a lot of boosts, a lot of climbs here with Xana, Crooks, Tarantula to spot in the T49.
It's a bit bold of KV to go back into the area where they just previously got ripped to shreds on, but looks like they want to hold dominance on the west side of the map. Only Failware's going up to the east side. Davidoff taking hits there as he poked his head round. He's going to have to keep himself covered.
KB needs to take the overmatch here. They need to go kill Davidoff right now. 100% they have to go kill him.
Crux taking a huge amount of damage from Davidoff there. Davidoff splitting his fire, trying to get a shot into Zanileo, and that wasn't a good idea. If I was him, I would have continued to shoot at Crux, bring his health more down. There was no point in trying to get a shot into Zanileo, and he was never going to damage him, or he was never going to do any significant damage. Now, Failware's coming around the back of the hill here at base number 2, but there's a wraparound coming from Legend to try and overcommit in a way. Like, they've gone right the way around him, and he is going to be behind them. So do they know he's there? Has he been spotted? He's spotted now.
Failware, if he can win the one-on-one there against Killsteel, it's going to be very crucial. Zed in that 1-1-3 will still be hard to deal with, but Failware really needs to survive that one.
Okay, so Killsteel backing off there. Failware up on the hill. El Nino giving covering fire as he gets a shot towards Failware, but misses the connection. Misses the connection the second one as Failware gets 2 back into him. Oh no, Hellfish is coming up behind El Nino. What a great move. He doesn't have shots though. He can't actually climb up that hill.
He can. He can climb it and take down El Nino.
He's counting the shots and just waiting for it, and he finally gets the shot.
Great play from Failware. Great play.
Failware actually gets the kill. So, Failware not really taking much damage, actually taking 0 damage. He bounced the shot into his observation
He's
device.
on reload. And Ali is going to go for Failware. He has to.
So Legend down 2 tanks. Ali's going to go down after Failware, but he's cautious. He doesn't know about the reload.
Look at
doesn't know how many
Failware's
shots he's
climbing.
got.
Look at Failware's climbing. This is what he's great at. He's trying to climb as much as he can, and he almost has reload available.
So Failware using the terrain to protect himself. He's going to survive this one. Ali now realizes it's not a good time to trade because the minute Failware comes off reload, Failware's going to go for the one-on-one. He has the HP to deal with it, and he's getting the shots in. There's one coming in already. Ali's having to back off. Kill still below him. Kill still only has 2 shots, so Failware's probably not going to care about him as he gets another one in. All he needs is one more, and that's it.
Great play from Failware here. You could see the climbing skills, how he used the terrain, how he stayed on the side of the mountain, and now he'll be a big nuisance here. He can land shells onto Killsteel, which he just did, 2 of them, and KB finally recovering in this round.
So, Knäckebröd doing a reverse sweep here onto Legend. It looks like Knäckebröd might be winning this one 7-0 as more tanks are dropping, but just as I jinx that, Zet goes and kills Crux and starts fighting with Raven.
Ebep and Zet here, they're trying to change the game, but at 1-1-3, really just depends. You know, Killsteel will go down at one point. Raven might get caught here, though.
Okay, so Raven getting crushed between Zet and Ebeb as Zet tries to get another shot in. Raven takes another shot in. Ebeb's on reload. Ebeb's getting caught in a crossfire now. Zet doing what he can to survive, but he's caught between multiple auto-loaders as Zanileon with 2 shots. Bratty just coming off his reload. Iberush driving out there to get shot. Bratty going to cover Zet here with his full clip. Zet's going to get shot back into him, but it's not going to kill him. So Bratty should be able to finish off Zet, get shot into his rear. That'll be good night, Zet. All you have left is Killsteel over by base number 2 as Failware goes in to deal with him. And this is not a clean map for Knäckebröd, but they did what they needed to do and they bring it back to 3-1.
Instead, they have to win this one if they want to have a chance. Now, KB, the right reactions, you boost up there on that D2 position. If anybody from Legend drives down 1-2, if you know you have an overmatch, you go and kill him. They did that. They had to do that. You kill that tank there. That's a free overmatch. Yeah, Crooks takes some damage, but you get 1 gun extra. Now, the one who won that round was Failware. Hands down, Failware. He completely clipped that 1 bad shot. I think it was El Nino. Think it was him?
El Nino, I believe so, yeah.
I think it was El Nino, so he completely clipped him for free. Then afterwards, he used the climbing skills to stay on the side of the mountain, dodge Ali, who was coming for him, and then just killed him afterwards as well. It was a great play from Failware.
Just turned around and went, okay, Ali, I've reloaded. I'll show you how to shoot. So, King of the Hill, they're definitely going to...
I think he was most damage as well, has to be.
Okay, so let's have a look at the damage statistics and see if Daki's correct with his
Him or Zed.
predictions. Failware there, King of the Hill. So he's kicking everyone off down there. It was actually quite funny, I noticed when he killed Ali, if you saw the wreckage just slide all the way down the hill.
But there you just see the importance of knowing how to climb mountains and being familiar with the skills. You don't have to just know the boost. You also have to know positions like that side of the mountain. He knew exactly where he could go and how he could go. And I'm not sure if Ali knew, but Failware used it perfectly to his advantage.
Yep. So Killsteel coming second there for Legend, doing what he could. Zanileon coming in there for Knäckebröd. Then 2 players from Legend, and then we have 2 players again for Knäckebröd. So a bit more of an even split, but more of Knäckebröd at the top of the damage tables there. And at the bottom, it just tells its own story.
I mean, yeah, Ipurash, Davidov, Ali, El Nino.
El Nino was the one that was shooting up at failware.
I mean, but
He
failware
he damaged his observation
The thing
device,
is,
but it was 4 shots and never hit
failware
one
has
of them.
such an advantage position. You have to imagine failware, he peaks. So one, he has the advantage of being the peaker.
Yep.
You have the advantage of being the peaker because you can time your shot better. So he has that advantage. And he also has the advantage that El Nino is completely in the open for him. So he doesn't really have to, you know, aim completely well because he can just shoot.
Just shoot down. He's got,
The
there's no
difference is
cover
El
behind.
Nino, he sees like the little part of the turret, which is like, good luck hitting that on range with a bad shot.
Yeah, I mean, he did connect one, but all it did was damage the observation device. So
It was
he
always a
managed to hit
trade that
the
failware was going to win.
the commander's cupola, but he was well exposed, and then he had a tank coming up behind him as well.
Yeah, Hellfish, if
Hellfish
failware
was-
didn't kill him,
I think
failware
maybe
would've-
Hellfish was stuck on the terrain, or he was counting the
His
shots.
climbing skill. I mean, I climbed with Hellfish, and he always tells me, "Well, I don't need to know how to climb. I'm a field commander. I'm a heavy
Okay.
tank player."
Okay. Well, now we should have learned. So we're going into map number 3 now. It's going to be Mines. Now, let's have a look at the lineups because there is something that I want to talk about. Is it in this one? It is. So, 2 E50s for defense,
I
Daki.
don't know why anybody would pick E50. It's very weak.
Are they trying to do something sneaky here with the tactics and try and make the 2 E50s count as
on
1 E100?
defense.
If they put them together, are they going to, like, you know, like
I mean,
touch gun barrels
I
and then
really-
turn into an E50?
I'm not 100% sold on the E50 pick. Yes, it is heavy, got good HP, it can ram people.
It's
has
a decent tank.
It has a very good gun, but it's kind of slow. It's kind of slow for mines.
It's going to be interesting to see how it's used because any of these tanks know just to shoot the turret.
Obvious. I mean, yeah, just
Shoot it. They're going to be using premium ammo. Premium ammo is going to go through the turret every time.
plus
This
the
is-
if the M40 connects onto the side of the E50, if he connects onto the side of any of these tanks, they go boom.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see where Knäckebröd use these tanks as we go into Mines. Third match of the day, Knäckebröd versus Legend.
Mines, a small summertime map with lots of hills, rocks and other cover. The teams start the battle in the usual locations, but the base locations are different. One is located in the bottom part of the village and the other one is in the water. One of the key objectives is the center hill. That's why the teams will often select fast vehicles and tanks with strong turrets for cover.
Okay, so Knäckebröd on defense, Legend on the attack. The E50, sometimes also known as the E-100 ram wagon. Maybe they're going for some kind of crazy ram tactics, Daki.
They're going middle. They have to go middle with that lineup. The 50Bs, they only really work around the middle. Failware is boosting in the meantime as well. So they will try to take middle. Yes, Xana, Crooks will boost here as well. They create more angles. They will have hill control.
Okay, Killstill doing the opposite boost there. A bit slow, kind of get round the next bit. This is usually where tanks always fall down, and he's falling down. Uh-oh.
Doesn't take any damage though, but this gives hill control
Damage-
to KB.
Damaged his tracks, so got perma-damage tracks there, but they'll repair automatically with his repair crew at maximum. Raven just going to control this hill area. Now, El Nino is going to be looking to get shots into him. Raven is spotted, but he's protected by the rocks right in front of him. Leon coming round the back here, just trying to take out some terrain and give himself a bit more better vision. He has shots down. No, he doesn't have shots in Ipuris. Okay, so Hellish Fish takes a shot here, 444. That's a nice roll there.
Oh, Zed got spotted driving up! Poor Zed, he got spotted driving up, and it was a clean kill for KB by Zed.
He was taken out in seconds there. That was almost like an RT1 shot. He was just there and then gone. How many guns were facing him there? He was...
Well, everybody has shots. Hellfish could probably hit him as well. Brati, Xana, Crooks, Failware. There's no chance to survive that. Once you get spotted,
Was that
You're
E0?
No. He was driving up A8. His wreck was on A8. He was trying to get the mountain control.
Okay.
I think he was kind of slow doing it, I guess. Kind of slow driving up because we've seen teams get there before without getting punished. But this is a nice advantage here for KB.
Okay, so Zet definitely won't be the top damage for this match anyway. So Davidov just holding here at the bottom of the hill where he didn't get up. Leon takes a shot back onto his face.
Well,
as
he has
backs
to
off
run.
round the corner.
He had to run because RT can splash him. So slowly but surely he can kill him. He decided to take the 2 shots and get out of there.
Okay, so we have El Nino in the RT. Is he going to be bringing the storm, or is it just going to be a little gust of wind?
He needs to be an A5 if he wants to bring the storm because right now it's a very small hurricane.
So he doesn't really have any shots right now. Everyone's playing passively. Failware just doing a little bit of mountain goating over here. Daki highlighted him earlier as being able to climb anywhere and everywhere. But like Spider-Man, see Raven taking a shot there, 360 damage.
I'm not sure why El Nino is still in A3. He has great shots from like A5, A6 if he gets there. He can actually land shells onto Raven, Tarantula, Hellfish even.
Okay, we see Davidoff moving up in support of Ali. Ali rocking back and forward and getting himself spotted when he does so. So it's actually Tarantula that's keeping Ali spotted there. Tarantula in a fairly good position for the E50. Just has to be a bit cautious again of the artillery strike coming down on him. There's 426. That might have been artillery hitting him actually.
Tarantula just on reload.
Tarantula takes a hit, loses his tracks as well, but he'll quickly repair that.
Gonna need more than just 400 damage from El Nino though. They need a solid connection here. You can see even Crooks is now repositioning towards 1-2 line. Once he takes this, it'll be very hard for Legend because they're gonna be pretty much surrounded. Even Ali and David, where they were positioned before, they can't stay there because Crooks, once he starts spotting, once he pushes up, gets a good control. So far, I mean, KB, look at their positions. They have E0, they have H1, kind of locking down Legend to 1/4 of the map.
So the health pool for each team separated by roughly about the difference of one Batchat 25 from Burzet. Knäckebröd sitting on 10,393 with Legend on 8,756. For some reason I was about to say 500. Crux just rocking back and forward here, trying to see if he can tee shots out from someone to give away their position, but I think anyone is going to do that, quite disciplined. Nice area here from Zanileon up there on the hill as he's able to get crossfire across into Ali or Davidoff. It's all really a case of who decides to break and try and make a move or not.
Well, if they want El Nino to work, they kind of need spots. Look at even Iporash here. You think he's fairly safe, right? He has a corner to go behind. Failware can still hit him, so even that 1-1-3 has to be careful because that position gives a lot of cover here, but they really need to start spotting. They cannot win this round without RT making a solid connection. Right now, nobody's spotted, so...
Yep, it's worthwhile to remember that we play attack and defend here. So, Legend are the attacking team, Knäckebröd are the defending team. Legend have to move into one of the two cap circles shown on the map by the big 1 in the circle and the big 2 in the circle. Now, the bases have countdown timers. They have to sit there, run down the countdown timer. Alternatively, they can win by just killing everybody in the opposite team. Now, the match itself has a timer. You can see it in the middle of the map here. It's down at almost 5 minutes, 10 seconds. If that timer reaches 0, it's an automatic win for the defending team. So Knäckebröd are more than happy to stay where they are and run down the clock. Looking at the setup of both teams, you would think that Legend are the defending team. They're pinned into one corner, which is normally what happens with defending teams, because they want the attacking team to come towards them. But Knäckebröd, as the defending team, have a massive amount of map coverage here, and Legend can't really make a move. They effectively need to pick a flank and go for it, and be really, really good with their shots.
It all happened with Zed dying, to be fair, because Brati's position, where he is, he wouldn't be able to do anything if Zed was up on that mountain, because as soon as he gets spotted, he'd get clipped from behind. Now Legend, I mean, they've wasted a lot of time here for no reason. They have a lot of batch shots still left, yet they haven't spotted at all for their RT.
That explosion there on the terrain by the artillery, I thought that was a tank getting one-shotted, but as you can see, we have boxes and things like barrels on the map, and when a tank drives over them, they explode but don't do damage. So sometimes when you see these map...
They're going to do a race.
Oh, what are they going to do? Is it going to be like 3, 2, 1, go?
Davidoff cheated.
Ebeb wasn't ready. Davidoff cheated. He was probably the one doing the counting. Killstill is going to be the one who gets shot first. Knäckebröd are going to see this. Davidoff's getting shot next. Are they going to... Oh, Ebeb's... Oh, okay. So, it looks like they backed off. Looks like they were scared. Worst race ever.
I mean, if they kept going, they would have taken so much damage. You can see Tarantula is in position, Xan is in position, Brati can hit, Raven can hit. They would take so much damage here crossing through 1-2.
They're going again though. They're deciding to carry on the race. Raven gets a shot off, then puts himself back in cover. Davidoff at the front is get absolutely eliminated. That's what you get for being in first place, mate. Killstill's going to be the next one taken out. He was the one in the lead as well. He's being focused now from Knäckebröd. This is a race that's not actually very good if you win because everyone just shoots at you. Ebeb, who was the guy who went off slowest, is now in the lead. He's going to win the race. He's got the one with all the health as well. Yay, Ebeb reached the red line.
like I just said, they're going to take so much damage driving through 1-2 line. And then they drive through 1-2 line, they lose 1.5 tank pretty much. Ebeb taking some more here. These E50s, that's what they're great at though. Sniping on long distance, they have the gun for it. Those bad shots, not armored at all, they can't withstand that. And I don't think this is looking good for Legend at all. I mean, KB pretty much has double their HP almost.
So Ebeb is down in this corner and he has a dead commander, so his vision is going to be damaged here. He's not going to be able to see as far as he normally would. He won the race, Daki, but at what cost?
Not worth it, I would say. Now KB, they're grouping up 3 bad shots. They probably will counter push the K line, which is the best option for them at some point. They will take some damage crossing, but it will be worth it though.
So you see Knäckebröd rotating round to just cover where that push went. Ali's been held in where he is by Bratty, as we just see Crux taking out Killstill down in that bottom area. Now Ebeb's now down alone. All the tanks will be able to spot him before he can spot them. Ipurus getting wrecked. The flank is coming round the bottom now as Failware, Zanileon and another tank is coming round with them. Ipurus getting absolutely wrecked here in the middle. It looks like Knäckebröd are just wanting to end this match now. They know they have the overmatch. They know they have the additional guns to bear, and Legend don't really have the health pool anywhere as everyone's laying shots into Ipurus and Ebeb right now.
Yeah, Ebeb is done for, so is Ipurash. There's not much they can do. Raven picks up Ebeb, Tarantula picks up Ipurash, Ali, El Nino, the last 2 standing. We talked about it that RT, they really didn't play around him very well. They didn't give him the spots they needed. They didn't do anything great for the RT, and then they went for a suicidal 1-2 line push, which we said are going to take a lot of damage doing it, which they did. And Hellfish.
Hellfish taking out El Nino. So a strong win for Knäckebröd there. They had 7 tanks still alive at the end of the match and a heck of a lot of HP still left. They had something like 7,700. So losing Zet was really crucial to Legend there, wasn't it, Daki?
Well, like we talked in the round, once Zed died, they lose a lot of positional control because he can land shells onto the side. As they spot, they can put somebody under the mountain. We've seen it from the Rusty roster, for example, other teams as well. You put somebody under the mountain, he proxy spots them, so within 60 meters he proxy spots them, then he shoots them, so they get some positional control back. That 1-2 line push, Xane spotted them going there, so every gun was turned there. They lost 1 tank coming through it, and then the thing we pointed out, the counter push from the K line, it came out, it's the obvious choice.
Yeah.
You group up with 3 tanks, they have 2, it's an overmatch, you win.
Come around the bottom, yeah. So, a bit of a shame, this is... It's like yesterday, Legend went 2-0
Well,
up.
instead of 2-0, they now they went 3-0
So
up.
Legend went 2-0 up yesterday and then kind of got a bit steamrolled. Now they've went 3-0 up. Knäckebröd coming right back into it. Now, let's have a look at where the damage was done there.
I think the E50s did a lot.
Knäckebröd. Let's have a look, yeah. So, E50 sitting up there on the hill. Raven, now, there was a match previously. I think it was one yesterday with Knäckebröd, or it was Thursday or Friday. When did it?
When
Friday.
they played Go Hard?
Yeah. So,
it was when they played Go Hard, when
yeah.
he was up the hill.
And Raven was in the E50 then as well, I believe. So he
Yep.
was up on the hill and he was able to just farm damage. So this could be a pocket pick for Knäckebröd. It's like, what do we do, guys? I don't know. Let's just put Raven in an E50 and wing it.
Well, he's in Seal. They all know how to play E50.
Yep. Even although that Seal are notorious for playing, well, it's E50M, but nobody really recommends it because apparently
It's either that or M46 pattern.
apparently it's a weak tank, the E50M, people have said. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a pro player myself, so
Well,
I
you're
couldn't
just
make
a
a
caster.
comment like that. Yep, I'm just a caster. Couldn't make comments like that about how good tanks are.
But they give the E50s so much room to work with. I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
you know, Raven, they got a lot of free shots. Both of them. They got a lot of sniping shots. If you want to play against E50, let them snipe. That always works out really well in your favor. Most time not. But they played well on them, to be fair.
Now, for people asking, lots of people who will be watching who perhaps play randoms, we're having a little joke about the E50M being weak or the E50 being weak. The reason we say that is because of the turret. Generally, a lot of the times, the turret is just going to get ripped through with premium ammo, isn't it?
It even gets ripped through with normal ammo.
Yeah, it has a flat face, the turret, so it's very
It's
easily
the flat
penetrated.
face, yeah, it goes straight through it once
So
you hit it.
The armor's strong, but the turret's not. So let's have a look at the lineups as we go into map number 4, which is not yet, because
Mines.
that's going to be after Mines. Taxi for Murphy. So, Mines this time, Knäckebröd on the attack.
Lorraine
and
RT, yes,
Legend,
thank you.
Legend on the defense. Daki, big Arty fan, plays a lot of it himself.
RT makes me drum.
Makes you drum?
I need it for my drumming lessons.
Okay. Does it give you brain power?
Yeah, it It turns up the generator
Okay.
all night long.
Okay. So, to be fair, when you're having a bad day, you do play Arty. That's what you do to punish people.
Exactly.
So, bat chats, TVPs, and an RU251.
Legends lineup is a hill lineup. I mean, they don't have heavies to defend with like we've seen before, that anchor that can sit in the base under the mountain. They're orientated around the hill. KB's lineup is kind of orientated around the hill, but we've seen it before that Lorraine Arty, if the enemy team decides to camp to the standard tactic, he can go to E1, he can go pretty much anywhere, destroy those guys under the mountain.
Okay, so shot discipline going to be super important for Legend. Let's jump into the second round here on Mines. Can we see Legend push ahead and make it 4-2, or are Knäckebröd going to bring it back to 3-3 and give us perhaps our first tiebreaker of the day?
Both teams are going for the hill here, no surprises. Both of them want to control this, especially Legend. Now, this might be a head-on engagement here very soon, depending on how many boosts KB decides to do.
Okay, so KB look like they're not going to boost. It looks like they're just going to go straight for the hill.
It's a
As
head-on
our
fight from
Legend,
both
this
sides.
is going to be an absolute gunfight here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Raven has the shot display. Oh my god, Ebeb is absolutely annihilated first for Legend. This is not going great for them at the start. The TVPs were loaded quickly, and it looks like that was their first focus target. Raven was getting shot at as well as Zet tries to get return fire. He's going to drop off the hill. Failware just kind of pushed him off and say, nope, this hill is Knäckebröd territory. Legend, get down. We're going to be king of the hill.
Yeah, both teams here deciding to drive straight up the hill, but that is 100% win for KB. That hill fight, at least, we talk about it. The North has a few seconds better spawn, so they get there earlier. The TVPs also, the terrain lends itself more for their side to shoot more shells. TVPs from Legend really didn't get much in, while the TVPs from KB, there was some blocking there as well. So that first bad shot got blocked by the guys from KB, and they just got clipped by the TVPs.
Yep, there was a bit of a confusion as the two sides came together. Now, when both teams rush hill like this, the Batchats and the TVPs, Batchats get to the hill, they are not loaded. There's a couple of seconds still for the Batchats to drive up on the hill before they reload when they go on that middle road. That's why we see so many teams take either the top boost area or the bottom boost area. Now, if you're just running straight in the middle and you also have TVPs, by the time your TVPs get there, they're roughly about the same speed as the Batchat. They're loaded. They can get their clip out straight away, and you can be almost guaranteed that a Batchat's going to fall when that happens.
Especially from the north, because you can block from the north, you can't block from the south. So the north always gets the advantage, just why the south guys have to climb if they want to take the hill. Really never works out in your favor.
El Nino, why would you do that? You know that they have the hill, you know they have the vision. He's tried to move around there and rotate, but great spotting from Failware to actually watch for it. Zanaleon's trying to do the boost up here, nice and easy. No trouble at all there. We've seen so many different players and different teams fail that boost area. He's able to happily get up
Rusty
there.
Roster is watching.
Yes, the camouflage is probably the same, yeah. So, nice and easy coverage from him up the side of that map, and that's going to give him a lot more additional vision onto Legend, who are pinned in this corner, and it's a bit like the first match. Legend have not got any map coverage.
Legend have no control here. Killsteal Z, this is not the kind of tanks you want to be sitting on the base. You also have to remember that KB still has two 113s on full HP. Once they push the 8 line, I mean, Killsteal Z, even if they land all 5 shells, they're not going to kill those 113s. Those are two pretty much dead bad shots once the 8 line push, which I think in this case KB's nice shot from Sana. He probably picks up Zed as well.
Oh,
no.
swing and a miss. Can you get a second one in? There
nice
we go.
from Sana there. Highlight player. Nice pick. I mean, they didn't even have to push the 113s down the 8 line. It was Sana by himself. KB, they really can't throw this.
So that was fantastic play there from Zanaleon. We're just identifying him earlier on, moving up that flank and being able to move up there completely unchallenged. As he rolled over the hill, that's the first time that Legend would know he was there, and that was too late. You had 2 tanks there from Legend who were both on one-shots. Bit of a scrappy shooting there from Zanaleon, but he still gets the damage done and comes away with 2 kills.
The issue for Legend is completely that their original tactic was completely centered around the hill. All their picks were centered around the hill. They didn't have a backup plan. If you don't have a heavy, it's very hard to defend that spot. Zed, Killsteal, they're not the kind of tanks that are going to bounce a shell from Xana. Now, KB, they're doing the obvious thing. We said they can just push 8 line with the 113s, which is the best thing to do, which they'll just do as Sana picks up El Nino as well. Now KB will push 8 line and close this game out.
Zanaleon's now playing King of the Hill up there on the east flank of the map. That's 3 kills for him. He's taking some shots back in return, but he's going to be a star player for Knäckebröd right now. Bratty and Hellfish leading the charge as they're coming down here on full health. This is not what Legend want to see. It would need to be all 3 tanks focusing on just one of these tanks to take them down. In fact, all 3 of them focusing on both of those tanks will take them down, but they would all be then on reload, which is a very bad situation for them as the rest of Knäckebröd would rotate in.
KB can pretty much do anything at this point. They can put one guy on the cap, they can go for the kills. It really just depends on how they want to close this round, but I think in their case, going 3-0 down, they're going to want to kill every single person from Legend.
I think this is a bit of show of force from Knäckebröd. Like Daki's saying, they could easily just sit someone in the number 1 base and have no challenge to it whatsoever. Rush having to get forced out of his little hiding spots. He's going to get hit from Crux, who was waiting to clip into him. It's going to be Hellfish coming out trying to get shot in the rears. He takes some shots coming across to him. Rush doing what he can to survive there. Didn't survive long enough as Bratty's able to come around and get the final kill on him. Bratty is now going hunting for Davidoff and Ali. Ali's on a reload. He's got 3 shots left. Davidoff is on a complete reload. Ali's going to be the next one focused down. The rest of Knäckebröd coming down as well. They smell blood. They want this. They want the kill. They want to have a strong showing again for Legend and say, look, we just took 2 maps from you without losing a single tank. What have you got? Like, we are not going to go down quietly. We want these 3 points. This is vital for us. Legend, thanks for the fight, but this is ours.
Exactly. KB just want to close out this game. 7 tanks still alive. Crux is the last one to kill Ali. And they could have capped, but, you know, to going 3-0 down, it's something like, let's go kill them with a few words, explicit words, which can't be repeated.
Let's do it, guys.
Yep, exactly. 100% just like
100%.
that.
Let's do it. Nothing else
Let's
said.
just go quietly kill them.
Beep, 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 beep,
Let's
beep,
go
beep,
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 beep. Yeah, exactly.
beep, beep, go.
Sounded like you were, Morse code.
Morse code, yeah, it was Morse code. If you can actually translate that, don't translate it. It's really
He's just
no.
really, he's
Yeah.
just doing SOS. It's like when
SOS.
people ask him in the
Dot,
chat.
dot, dash, dash, dash.
It's like
dot,
during
dot,
the
dot.
interviews, they're like in the chat,
Yeah,
it's like
blink once,
blink
Daki,
twice
yeah.
if you're being hostage.
And he's like, okay, so no E50Ms this time. Xanilian getting 3 kills. Let's have a look and see the damage done there from Knäckebröd. Crux in the TVP. Davidoff doing what he could in the TVP for Legend, but then it's there's more Knäckebröd there on the first page than Legend, obviously.
I mean, obviously, there's more KB there. Even KB could have just capped and there would be no damage for Legend at all. They wouldn't have done anything. But KB deciding to give some statistics over towards Legend as well for our fancy team.
Crux picking up 2 kills there. Now look at the difference between Crux and Davidoff. Crux 11 shots and he had 2,900. Davidoff was something like 16 shots, so it was a lot more, and he had less damage. So the shot discipline coming out was way worse. Now at the bottom, the artillery not really working at all.
He didn't have to do anything this round. I mean, his artillery is the scare factor. We talked about it. It's the scare factor. Sometimes bringing RT, you don't pick him to do any damage. You just pick him to ruin the original strategy. Like if Legend was going to camp, for example, with this lineup, which would have been weird in the first place, RT would destroy it.
Okay, so at the bottom there, you saw also 3 Legend players, one with something like 400 damage in a back chat, the other one with 300 damage, and another one with roughly about 100 damage.
Well, the 100 damage is just because they rammed him.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was probably the guy getting
It was the first
taken
one
out
that
on
came
the
up
hill.
the hill
Yeah, I
and
think it was
he got blocked.
Ebeb
Yeah.
got absolutely annihilated on the hill.
They just rammed him, blocked him, held him, TVPs clip him.
Yeah, unfortunate, kind of similar to what happened with Zet in the previous round. Zet just got
My
taken out.
prediction is coming true
seconds.
after all.
What was the prediction?
If KB win that first
probably.
one.
Well, of course if they had to win, if they wanted to come back into it, they had to win games. So that was.
I mean, they had. You know,
if they want to win, they can't lose.
If they want to win, they have to win that round on Cliff, which they did.
They had to, because if
And
it was going to be 4-0.
I also said that they have to win this map because the next one, it is, you know, it's always a 50-50.
Yep. Okay. So we've had Steps. We've had Ruinberg. We've had Cliff. We've had Mines. Now we're going to go into Murovanka.
Murovanka
and its lovely little forest that's usually littered with the corpses of tanks. How's this one going to go, Daki?
Depends, you know, like a lot of teams, there's a lot of options here. You can do the Kazna-esque style where you go east side, try and clear bushes, but that requires a lot of training.
A lot.
It is it would take me an hour to explain how they do it.
Really?
Because it's like spotting tracks. Everybody takes a specific position. You spot track, you go bush by bush by bush. You need to know all the bushes as well. It's just a very hard thing to pull off. It's why it takes so much time. They can play with RT. They can do a rage quit-esque style. Anything is really open.
Okay, so I can see the lineups, you can see the lineups. There's something I want to talk about when we're able to discuss the lineups, which we can do actually right now. Now, Daki, let's have a look, and can you explain this tactic of using two E5s?
Two E5s. Okay, so one of them goes into the 1-2 line, the other one goes onto the normal position where we see the heavies. So instead of an STB, you have an E5, which is more armor. He can also cross over the mountain and go to the houses. We've seen that before. Once he gets to the houses, he just pushes out of that hold down, goes to the house, then he can shoot from there as well. But the 430, I'm really not sold on that one. I don't like the 430. I really don't. No.
Okay.
I mean, it has great DPM and all of that kind of fun stuff, close range, but it's really not good close range. I mean, long range.
And for Legend, it's a fairly standard lineup that they have, yeah? Okay, so before you can answer that, Daki, let's just jump straight into the game as we go into map number 4, which is Muravanka. Who's going to take it to 4-3? Can they seal out the game, or are we going to get a tiebreaker? Let's find out.
Muravanka, a map with a great number of buildings, bushes and trees, amongst which teams hide for most of the battle. The attacking team begins the battle from the top of the village, and the defenders start from the bottom of the map. Both bases are better controlled from the hill near the first base, and from the green in the lower left corner of the map. There are many attack directions. The attacking team often attempts to gain the attention of defenders by putting pressure on the first base, whilst manoeuvring several tanks behind the second base to deliver fire into the defending's flank. Team setups are very diverse, but the players often choose the fastest tanks, even for heavy setups. They could even bring SPGs.
Okay, so Knäckebröd on the defense, Legend on the attack. It's 3-3 all tied, Daki. Do you think either team has it in them to take this match both battles?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, Muravanka defense, but look at Legend. This is a very aggressive push. This is a cap strat. 2 batchas into the 1-2 line, 3 guys onto the cap. It's an all-in cap.
Davidoff, Zet, and Ibeb are going to be the ones going for the cap. Bratty actually pulled away after getting spotted, so can they get this down? This is going to be 30 seconds of absolute mayhem as Bratty's running away from the base and not going to it. Knäckebröd, what are you doing, mate? They're all on base 1.
This is the issue of the E5. Bringing Raven in the E5. Look where Raven is. The STB at least can suicide for the cap. They're going to have to go in for this one. And still, Iporash is holding that angle, but it looks like it's going to be the 4-line rotation here with Crooks up front.
Knäckebröd, you better get in there quick, because this is going to go down to 10 seconds, and if you don't have the shot discipline, if they can get a tracking shot on one of these front tanks, it's going to be over. But I think they're going to get the reset in by about 5 points. Legend rotate around. Legend might actually get this. Legend are going to get this. It's going to go to 0. They're not going to get the reset. And Legend cap rush Knäckebröd. Whoa, Knäckebröd, 2 E5s, too slow. That is the fastest cap rush we have ever seen on Muravanka. We have never seen it go quicker than that, Daki. Never.
I have no words for this. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Hello?
Guys, let's take 2 E5s. What's the worst that can go wrong?
No, it's not that. It's the fact that the rotation, the 4-line rotation, that's fine. That is the correct call for the situation because they did a lot of damage to Iporash. Now the mistake for KB is Raven needs to stay in the 1-2 line. You have to have somebody to reset the other corner because Legend, they spotted Raven. They knew Raven relocated back towards the middle mountain. Now, what is the obvious thing to do? Oh, look, all of KB's tanks, we can just drive around the corner and cannot get resetted. KB mispositioning completely.
But the other thing that I noticed from KB is that they're like, okay, they're capping 1, and then the tank came back down. They're like, okay, guys, let's line up behind the E5s.
No, the thing is, Bratty decides to run away because we've seen it before. A lot of teams try to push around the corner and then clip him. So he was like trying to get safe to go with his team. But that was just completely Raven's fault. Or whoever told Raven to move away from the 1 line made a horrible mistake. Completely left the other side of the cap open.
So this is going to be highly interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's have a look at those damage stats.
Or the lack of it, you mean. All of this damage? Most of this damage was completely done after the exclamation mark comes up. So you have to understand the cap. It's capped when the exclamation mark comes behind. It goes 100 exclamation mark behind. You can still do you have 5 seconds left
to kill someone.
Kill somebody. That could actually end in a draw if you remember.
Okay.
But all of that damage was pretty much done in those 5 seconds after it was over.
Crux there. I mean, how do you sort Tarantula? Okay, Bratty got 3. I mean, Bratty got 3 shots. Surely he should be above Tarantula and Zet. At least he shot. You know, at least Bratty shot. That's what I was going to ask. Like, how do you organize people when they have like 0 damage like that?
I mean, like this strategy, it's very reminiscent of Navi at the Grand Finals.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
The cap
next
rush, they
point.
did it against
exactly.
Kazna, didn't they? Yeah.
So Navi already showed exactly how this thing works. There's a lot of variations of it, but in essence, it always comes down to the same thing. You put 3 guys on the cap, you put 2 guys somewhere else to cover. So I can't agree that KB doesn't have the reaction ready for this, because it is a strat that has been used multiple times over, and we saw them. Apparently, they were too stressed to realize that Raven should have stayed.
It's not a cheese tactic. It's a tactic.
It's not
that
it was
people,
a cheese
it's
tactic.
cheese tactics, but it's a tactic that teams have to be ready for. They know if it happens and that counter goes to like 35.
It's the one tactic
get
you
in
always
there.
have to be prepared
Yeah,
for.
yeah, you have to have something against it. So now they're going to shift. Now Legend are going to be on the defense. Knäckebröd on the attack. Can Legend hold out, basically? Can they make it 5-3, and can they win against Knäckebröd? So let's have a look at the lineups that the vehicles are going to be used, see if there's anything different that we can see. Knäckebröd going full-on pew-pew.
If you want to take bad shots, at least pick 2 tier 9 bad shots. What are you going to use the MX3090 for? I'm seriously wondering what they're going to use the MX3090 for, because unless they can clear the bushes, which with bad shots is going to be hard to clear all those bushes in the southern side, 3090 can cap them, but unless they can do that, then he's a waste. Pretty much a waste.
Okay, so Legend are going to be very cautious for the cap rush. They don't want to be counter cap rushed. This did happen to Navi previously in the Russian league, where they tried to cap rush, they got beat, they got countered, and then the team playing them in the very next round cap rushed Navi, and Navi weren't ready for it. So I don't think this is going to happen with Legend. This is probably going to be quite a drawn out match. So we can go into round number 2 here, Muravanka. Advantage with Legend. Let's see if Legend can actually continue their run of amazing matches right now, or can Knäckebröd take it back to 4-4 and go into a tiebreaker? You were just saying there, Daki, if it goes into tiebreaker, it's going to be a long day, but then Legend just won it the quickest possible way.
It is another cap rush here. It's going to be another one. Raven, Bratty, Failware. They go into for the cap from the other side. Hellfish, Leon going into that E1 position. We're going for cap, round 2.
Legend are moving up slowly as well, but I think Legend, you have Zet rushing over here. Zet's going to spot it. Davidoff and Killsteel coming over there as well. They're going to have the crossfire. Bit of a misplay there, getting positioning into the base from Knäckebröd. There's no way Legend are going to let this happen to them.
They're pushing to the corner. They're going to push to the corner, trying to take a fight against Zed, but
they all rush out of the cap, so now the tactic's gone. Now they know exactly what's happening with them.
They took 0 damage for it.
That is very strong play. Normally tanks coming round take huge amounts of shots. Raven's only one getting shot here. Actually 2 shots coming into him. In return, they were able to get shots into Zet. They get shots back into Killsteel. Now, normally when a team does this, like I say, they take like a huge amount of damage coming round. El Nino's coming round there on the T110 E5. He's going to be able to pop up over that hill. Good luck with the Batchats trying to get through that turret. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Exactly what we talked about now. What didn't work for KB is getting that E5 into position, but Legend has El Nino in that position now. It's going to be very hard for them to cap, and they're trading badly at this point.
Crux just peeking over there. He takes 2 shots and gets 1 back in return, so that's not a very good trade. Obviously, it goes against him. Raven on a reload here on his Batchat. Zet still sitting up here on the hill. We have Ebeb giving him additional cover, and Bratty down below on 2 shots.
There's only one good thing so far, and that is that Iporash decided to leave the bushes, but now Legend is pushing 1-2 line as well.
So now we have a fight here on the far side as Hellfish and Zanileon come over, but Zanileon's getting focused by the team. El Nino pushing up. He's going to get shot into Hellfish as he moves over. He's going to want to push into Zanileon and just push him back. Zanileon's gone down. Alnashal has killed Raven in the meantime. Crux has been in the middle here of all the Legend tanks as he gets eliminated.
It's over. It's all but over for KB. Zane is on reload. Hellfish is on reload. I mean, it depends on how much damage Legend can do on them running away, but it's not looking good.
The thing about the shots here is Legend are not always the greatest at shooting at long range, and as you can see here, lots of missed shots, lots of potential damage could have come in there. Failware finally takes the hit. Iporush getting caught in the back there by Bratty coming over the hills. He gets shots into Alnashal as well. Bit of a misplay there from Legend getting caught out with the crossfire. Failware's actually able to take Iporush as it goes over, but he took out the AMX 1390. That's not one of the tanks he wants to take out right now. He wants to take out one of the Batchats.
The good thing for KB is, though, that Legend has two very slow tanks, Ali, El Nino, E5, IS4, bad at rotating. They kind of need to get Bratty, though, for example, on the side of that mountain. They want to overmatch him.
Right as you're saying, Bratty becomes a focus, but Tarantula gets the shot onto Zet, and Zet's now dead. Can he get the killing shot on Bratty as he's running away? Bratty has a single shot left. Tarantula behind him on the AMX 3090s on a reload. They're taking out Tarantula. Bratty's the one they want to focus. Ebeb needs to get that shot in. Ebeb's only got 2 shots left. Bratty's reloading. Ebeb, you need to go in there, mate. You need to kill him. If he reloads, you're going to be in trouble. Davidoff gets the kill on Bratty with additional crossfire. Health pool's roughly the same here, Daki. We have 3,073 in Legend. Legend just dropped a tank though. They've lost Ebeb to Failware.
They've lost Ebeb to Failware, and still they have those two very slow tanks, El Nino, Ali. El Nino is the only one on this Legend side with a lot of HP. That E5, 1.8k. If they can dodge him, draw him around, get him from the side, it could be good. Xane gets across there, very lucky. But now, the thing is, this E5 is the only one with HP. It's the only tank that can take anything. Killsteel, Davidov, Ali, they're all pretty much, well, I mean, Killsteel is the 2-shot. But now it's all about KB. They have to rotate around. They send Hellfish all the way down. They need to get angles, like triple crossfire. They just can't the only thing they have to avoid is fighting that E5 head on.
So right now, Legend are going to want to try and isolate a single tank and take him out. El Nino has the health pool, but as Daki's saying, he has very slow maneuverability. He's not able to rotate as quickly as these Batchats. Hellfish, as you can see here, is coming all the way to the north, and then he's going to come all the way down the east side of the map to try and get something shot up, lined up from the back of the map. The health pool here, very similar. Knäckebröd, 3,073, Legend, 2,928. Now, Knäckebröd have more health on their tanks. Legend have 4 tanks. So Legend have more guns, but 2 of them are not autoloaders. Knäckebröd, all 3 of them are autoloaders, all 3 of them are Batchats. If they can get a drop on someone, that's going to be very telling. They're going to be eliminated. It's good night. So now Failware and Xanaleon rotating around as well. Legend, the time is on their side. Legend can try and run down the clock, make it more vital for Knäckebröd to try and make a push. Legend are defending. They don't have to go hunting for Knäckebröd. They know Knäckebröd's going to come to them. What's really important for Legend is where they set up their defense.
That was a cool camera shot there.
Yeah. Okay, so Ali on a 1-shot. Ali only has 338 health. Killsteel is going to need 2 shots to take him down. Davidoff is going to need 1 shot to take him down.
Yeah, Ali is a, well, I mean, unless the Batchat rolls really low, he's a 1-shot for sure. Now, the positioning from Legend is not completely on point here. There is angles from the city, from the 6-7 line, F6, F7, where they could get El Nino in the side, perhaps. Killsteel is also spotting, but this is kind of leaving the cap open. You know, you have an IS4, you have an E5, and you have 2 Batchats. The only people that are going to be able to spot is either you send one of your Batchats, you have to send him in, and KB can get a pretty good crossfire on that if they decide to cap. Or you send the E5, which will lose all of its HP trying to get the reset.
So this is a very edgy time here for Legend. They have match point. Legend are going to, their hearts are going to be pumping. It is going to be adrenaline pumping, Daki. They need to use their brain power. Excuse the puns, but this is a moment where they are going to be super scared.
They're going to be
genius. They're going to be like.
It's to be genius here from KB, but Hellfish Failware gets spotted. The jig is up at this point. Killsteel was in the right position to spot that, but this gives a lot of control back towards KB.
Killsteel gets spotted in return as well. He didn't reload, he's got 3 shots in his shell. Davidoff is starting to shoot, but he's missing. So, Failware and Hellfish, they know exactly where they are. Xanaleon is going to come up through the right-hand side of where Legend here. Zion's going to come swooping round in between them, behind them, sorry. Hellfish and Failware still sneaking up that flank, but Legend know exactly where they are.
KB can't continue pushing though. El Nino is going to get in position in the hole down there. Kind of feel like they should have been able to at least put some cap pressure here. Hellfish going to have to fight with an E5. This is not ideal.
Okay, so a shot coming in there from El Nino. Is he going to get another one to Hellfish as he backs off? That's good play from him. You saw just Killsteel just having a poke up north to see if Hellfish was Xanaleon was still there, because that was the last place where Xanaleon was spotted.
Nice shot from San.
Great crossfire there from Xanaleon.
Nice
as
shot.
Also, Failware gets a shot in well, and El Nino. El Nino's in a dangerous position now. He wants to poke over and pressurize Hellfish, but he's just taking 2 shots for his troubles there. The problem is he doesn't know where the 2 shots came from. He doesn't know if it's a singular Batchat or if it's the same Batchat. And he is now also ammo racked. That is going to be very critical when the fight starts. Missed shot again there from Legend. This is what I was addressing earlier on. Legend, when it comes to long-range shots, they miss a lot of their targets.
Legend here, I mean, KB here, they're doing great at getting the rotations. They know where the E5 is. They know Ali. They know Ali's position now as well. Failware, can he pick it up? No! Bounces the first. There has another. Beautiful shot from Fail.
And again, as I was saying, the shot discipline from Legend, when it counts, when it's super important, just isn't there. If the tanks are right in front of them, taking up a lot of their vision, they take it. So, tank down each side. Now we only have pretty much one left for Legend. El Nino is pretty much a non-factor at the moment with his ammo rack. Killstale's on a one-shot. Failware's going to try and push him out. Failware misses his shot. If Killstale can get a shot in here, survive. No, he doesn't. All we have now left is El Nino with an ammo rack. He's not going to be able to survive this. Knäckebröd can easily send somebody into the cap, but they're not going to. They're going to want to surround him. It's going to go all the way right now as we have Knäckebröd taking this one back to 4-4. Legend doing what they can to get more points on the board. They're going to get their second point on the board. They're going to have 2 points. Unless El Nino can do something amazing here. Unless he can get an ammo rack.
There's no way. There's
survive
no way.
and get a second ammo rack.
He needs 3 shots for Hellfish. He needs 2 shots for Failware. He might get 1, but then with the damaged ammo rack as well, you see how slow the reload is going to go in Hellfish and Failware. They're going to close it out between them too.
He's trying to turn. He's doing everything he can, but nope, his back armor's exposed now. And there he goes. So, Knäckebröd taking that one against Legend. So it's now 4-4. I thought Legend had that for a while.
I thought it was as well, but then some mispositioning coming out.
It was just bad shooting. The shooting was terrible.
It was not even like the shooting was okay. It could have been better. They kind of needed to do more on Xana and Hellfish, who were running down the 1-2 line away after they reloaded. They should have done more to them. But Iporash dying, it's like, it reminds me of Utopia when Iporash just comes in, dies to Shuku. But Iporash dying, Ebe behind that building was safe.
Yeah.
Because they killed his buddy there, I think was Killsteel, killed Brati. So he is safe. He just has to wait for D-spot and then move. What he didn't do is he didn't wait for D-spot, so he just died.
Yeah.
And then what KB did really well afterwards, I don't agree with Hellfish pushing down the 1 line like he did, because the E5 got a free shot. Lucky Xana Failware traded 2 shells, damaged his ammo
good
rack.
coverage, yeah.
What they did well was they left Hellfish there, then they rotate with 2 bad shots, because we talked about it, two heavies. 2 heavies, very slow rotation. They knew where the 2 bad shots were, they traced them down. They closed it out that way.
Yeah, and we saw the IS-4 being left there down on one shot. I think it was Ali and...
The issue with the bad shots being so low HP. Neither of them could really support him because they don't have the HP.
Yeah, and the danger was, I mean, you could have, in a way, you could kind of put Legend to cluster up together, but the danger of that is they have terrible vision if they were to do that.
KB had lots of time to do whatever they want. I think they chose even the most risky option out of all of them, because if Killsteel plays it differently, he could, for example, land 3 shells on them crossing. Depends on the Legend positions entirely. I think KB, they could have just put 1 guy on the cap, their lowest HP, cover 1 side, cover the other, get somebody to push out, kill him, or do a lot of damage to him, and then they would still have like 2 minutes left, let's say, to do whatever they want.
Okay, so map. And the tiebreaker is going to be on Himmelsdorf. The tiebreaker for today is Himmelsdorf. Tiebreaker for all maps today is Himmelsdorf, apart from later on in Utopia Wild Bunch.
That's because it's a rescheduled
tiebreaker's actually mines for that one because it's rescheduled. So let's have a look at the damage statistics there for that battle and see who came out on top for their team. Zan, again, he's starting to actually play.
Zan and Failware.
Zan's playing very strong for his team right now, I would say.
Zan and Failware, I mean, the 2 guys, the highlights, they're there, on top. 3.7, 2.9.
El Nino, and I've noticed as well that with Legend that Davidoff has been coming back into it as well. He's starting to do some good damage.
Missing Zed really hasn't had any top performances so far. Zed, he's been around the mid-table.
Yeah.
The entire matchup has been around the mid-table.
He's also been taken out sometimes quite early in the match, so I'm wondering if perhaps Knäckebröd have identified him as being somebody like, hey guys, if we can take him out of the battle, he constantly comes top damage, even like in exchange with Rusty
something about that. He said he'd rather lose. He said he'd rather loses and do like 2k damage than you know. He'd rather win doing 2k damage than lose doing 4k damage.
Yeah. So perhaps he's been focus fired. You know, like okay, there's Zet. Let's remove him.
You can't really target individual players. I mean, it just depends on the position Zet is in. You can't be like, let's go hunt Zet. That's not going to work out.
Hunt Zet. Just ignore it. Just drive right for him. Do what was it? Rage quit, or is the ones that always go for the all at once? No, just always go for the crazy pushes.
Yep, rage quit.
Okay.
So, Legend defending.
Legend defending. So there's a bit of a delay here when we go into tiebreakers because when the teams submit their lineups beforehand for each battle, they don't submit a lineup at the time for tiebreakers because
No.
we don't generally expect matches to go to tiebreakers. It's very normal. It's not very unusual. It's fairly unusual for matches to go to tiebreakers. Usually a team goes on tilt and they kind of get one-sided. It's usually 5-3, 5-2, 5-1. It's very rarely 5-4 because that means it's a tiebreaker.
And Legend got to decide on the tiebreaker because Legend had the fastest attacking win. Whoever wins the fastest attack, they get to decide the map. The fastest attack, yeah, that was that Muravanka round.
It's probably going to be the fastest attack all season, to be honest. I don't think we're going to see faster than that.
It could be one thing. The only thing that can be faster is Mine's middle fight where...
A Mine's middle fight where everyone just gets deleted and it's like there's an RT1 shot which like helps them along or something like that.
Something like that.
So, what can we expect on Himmelsdorf then?
Well, KB has tried a lot of things on Himmelsdorf so far. They've tried some very heavy stuff with E3s, which didn't work out against Utopia. They lost 3 times in a row there. Then they played it against Swift as well. They won their attack with a cheesy cap. But other than that, I mean, both these teams, KB 14% win ratio on Himmelsdorf. Legend is played it 12 times, actually, 50% win ratio.
50. So, okay, that's pretty decent for them. So, let's have a look at the lineups and see which vehicles are involved. Is there going to be any crazy cheese tactics? Are Legend going to go with... Oh, no, Legend. Where's all the 100s? I was looking forward to this. I was hoping
that was on attack, not defense.
Yeah, but I was hoping for something different here. So, we don't get that. Pretty standard lineup, really, from both teams, isn't it? Both teams playing very, very by the book.
KB with 3 1-1-3s though, that's a very heavy lineup. We see like 1-2 1-1-3s with an E5.
Heavies? Well, there is 5 heavies in the lineup. So.
No, I mean like you know, single shooter heavies. We see mostly 2 1-1-3s with then a E5 or 1-1-1-3 bad shot E5. 3 1-1-3s kind of tells that they perhaps might be going aggressive in the middle. That courtyard control where you push down the middle straight away from the beginning. Try and lock them down in the 8 line, but they're missing a bad shot. 2 gorillas though.
Okay, so a gorilla per side, AMX 1390 there with Knäckebröd. They're going to be defending. Sorry, Knäckebröd's going to be attacking with Legend defending. Let's jump into the game. We have a tiebreaker here between Knäckebröd and Legend. Fight for the bottom of the table. Either team goes away with 2 points and 1 point respectively, but who's going to take the match? Let's find out.
Himmelsdorf, a small city map. The teams start the battle in opposite corners. Both bases are located close to each other, but in a way that you can't stay on the defensive all the time. The main attack routes pass through the hill, the alley and the railroad, but in general, the attack can be successfully executed through any part of the map. Heavy tanks and tank destroyers with powerful guns run the show here. However, a lot depends on the mobile light tanks.
Okay, Daki, here we go. Who's going to take this one?
I'm not sure who's going to take this one. Depends. Now, KB, already this looks like a very reminiscences of Utopia, but Utopia did it with bad shots. This could be a very aggressive 8-line push here, but look at Legend. They're going back to their old habits. This hasn't worked at all before. As you put the Gorilla in D2, they sent Iporaj down. Last 2 times, the enemy team, they pushed the K-line at one point, and they wrecked it. But look at this. There's going to be a head-on engagement here between 3 tanks from Legend and 5 tanks from KB.
Okay, so the number advantage in KB if they push round with this and go all the way. Ali looks like to be the first one eliminated. As Zet spots them all, they're just going to turn their guns on them. Zet, you're going to go down first, mate. Ali's actually managed to sneak through and roll over the wall and get away. Zet's trying to follow him. Now, they know where Knäckebröd is. It's a case of Legend trying to get around here and get all their guns to bear. You're going to see Iporush come running up. Ebeb's going to come running around and get shots down the road. Who's Ebeb going to get shot into? Failware focusing onto Killstale. Hellfish coming around in the middle. Hellfish is running out in the middle. Not a great tactic. They're going to focus Hellfish here.
So far, I'm not sure what Crooks is doing as well, but still the overmatch here is completely for KB. The Xana Leon in that drill is also coming down. Those 50Bs are on reload. Davidov is on reload. But now Zed and Ali are coming from behind, and still HP massively in favor here for Legend.
So despite the big massive push there from Knäckebröd, they didn't get all their shots into fire. The danger here is El Nino has a damaged ammo rack, but Legend are able to quickly rotate. Now they have Legend pinned in here. Sorry, Legend have KB pinned in here. Iporush coming around the top there. El Nino, Ebeb coming around the back there. Hellfish taking a shot from Zet. Alnashal going to want to come around as well. Zet's still surviving there. He's doing really well with Alnashal. We have Tarantula coming around the top here in the AMX 1390, but he's spotted and gets shot for his troubles. Raven and his AMX 50B's damaged with an ammo rack. Hellfish has a damaged fuel tank. Arnold have to be careful not to overextend as the shots are coming back from Knäckebröd. This is not great from Knäckebröd. They had a really strong advantage,
I mean,
but
they
they
still have
didn't.
the cap going though. They have Tarantula and the cap, which will force Legend at one point to make the push. They can even the HP when they do decide to make the push here, but Raven being so low HP has to play very careful in that 50B.
Knäckebröd did not focus their targets. They had a desire to go straight for kill steal. Zed took a bit of damage. El Nino was taking a bit of damage.
This is Crooks' fault, completely.
But that's also in the exchange after the push they made in. Whereas in return, Legend have been able to take out Crooks. Raven is almost dead. Raven's a one-shot. Raven's going to go down in
died
seconds.
in D5. He had no business being in D6. He died exactly on that corner there.
Hellfish getting tracked in the corner. Zanileon's going to want to stick his head around, but if he does, he's going to take a shot for it. El Nino might be able to sneak around. So does Davidoff. They're in a safe position. Davidoff's going to be the sacrificial lamb for his team. Hellfish trying to push on into him. Davidoff, why are you sticking around like that, mate? That's very bold. Ebeb gets the kill onto Bratty. Davidoff gets the kill onto Failware. Well played, Davidoff. I did question your logic there, but actually you're getting the damage done. Getting shot in the back as you run away, though, mate. Oh,
Missing the shell here, but
Hellfish
look at
is going to
it.
miss.
The HP, Xana finally picks up El Nino. The HP still in favor for Legend though. Ali now in that 1-1-3, gonna fight with Hellfish, but Ebeb is coming as well. That should be Hellfish done for.
Ebeb in the grill 15 needs to make his shot count here, make sure it doesn't bounce. Bam! There you go. Ebeb takes out Hellfish. Eprosh takes out Raven. This is going to go to Legend. Legend are going to get 2 points from the tiebreaker. Knäckebröd are going to take 1 point, and they're going to remain second bottom of the table here. They're only going to go up to 8 points as Legend go up to 2 points. Wow. Wow, wow. Well, as Moji would say, unreal, unreal, unreal.
Unreal place.
Unreal.
Unreal place, a wee bit.
A wee bit.
I'm a wee bit
for
excited.
me. A wee bit for me.